Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Building Tactics episode. And yes, y'all, I am wonderfully joined by Extenzyy. What's up, Extenzyy? Yep. Boom. You know what we bringing you? Steampunk. Episode number 6, baby. We coming in. Last episode we left off. We were making wonderful space of some negativeness that was here. Again, it takes my breath away. Like it's hard for me to words sometimes, okay? It's hard for me to just words. Okay? Alphabets can't come together quickly enough for the sexiness I see. Understand it, people. Wonderfulness is happening here. It makes you all soft and tingly inside. You know when you get that onesie fresh from the dryer after it's all fuzzy and warm and it's a cold winter day and you got the hot chocolate latte with some marshmallows and cream and you're sitting in front of the television or the fire and you're getting ready to watch a movie or just enjoy the company of family. You know how that warm and fuzzy feeling comes over you and you're like, yes, I love this. This is amazing. I wish I could do this every day. Well, guess what? That is the feeling that I have right now. Now, before you ask me what type of onesie I got, I can't tell you because that's personal. Onesies are onesies for a reason. It's for one person, for me, to enjoy my warm and fuzziness. If you got a onesie, I'm not asking you what your onesie is. Jeez, get with it, people. We love you. We love you. Thank you. We love you. Thank you again. Come on, Extenzyy. What are we doing? I'm warm and fuzzy inside. Can you keep the feeling for me, please?
So, we talked before briefly about how when you're stacking up the houses, balancing is important, obviously. We've been stressing that this entire series. So, our very top level is going to be an exact copy of the base that we put all the way on the ground, and then the second tier. So, up here, we're going to build this entire part. And then we're really just going to repeat the process. We'll go through and we'll add more house extrusions. Once we get done balancing the big stuff, we'll go back in, add the cranes, more decks, more lanterns, windmills, what have you. But for this episode, we're going to be putting in just the base house like we talked about before. And if you guys remember, I forget which episode it is now because we've been so far into it, but when we went up with the second house, the first time that we stacked the house on the base one, we gave it a slight tilt. See that right there?
Oh,
how it's
yeah.
not centered?
I remember that. I remember that. Yep.
So now that we've reached the very top of it, we're going to center it back out.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But the center of this will match the center of the build.
So my thing is, we giving it to him again?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
We're going to give it to him one more time.
Ooh, people. I don't think you understand what is about to happen. And again I say we like I'm building. I'm sorry, I don't have the hard hat on. I'm not in there throwing the blocks down. I'm just a recorder. That's all me. That's all I'm doing. I apologize. But Extenzy's about to give it to you again. Understand it, people. Listen, without you guys, it wouldn't make this series fun, to be quite honest. We are all a team, okay? We are a team as far as, like, for example, Extenzyy and I, we build together all the time. We're creating and we're coming up with ideas and we're doing that type of stuff all the time. we make these videos for you guys, and then you guys comment on them, and then we continue making the videos for you guys. So without you, there's no us. Without us, there's no you, and we're all together, and we're in it together, we're holding hands, and kumbaya. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. We just love you. You know how we doing it. We're giving you the sexiness. We're about to hit you with it before Extenzyy goes off and gives you another level. I gotta ask him a few questions. You already know how we're doing in this series. Asking questions so we can learn. We can learn so we can create our own style. We can create our own style so we can create our own maps. We can create our own maps so the community can play. You see how the cycle's working? You see the method to our madness? You see why we're doing this? If you don't, come on now, let us know where you lost. We'll get you caught back up, okay? But I gotta ask Extenzyy a few questions because, quite honestly, I'm looking at what we've done so far. Again, like he said, we're deep. We're deep. We're in it now. There's no turning back. You guys are getting now. You guys are gonna get amazing, amazing information throughout this series. We started out by saying we're giving you basics, and again, this is just basic. We haven't touched on the more advanced stuff. That's later on in the series. That's coming. Don't worry about that. We got some stuff planned out for you guys for that type of stuff. This is just basic. So I gotta ask. I gotta ask Extenzyy. I have to ask because I know they're gonna ask me. So I gotta ask you before they ask me, so I can ask and then them, and they can ask me and then answer them and answer before them and before me. Whew, wait a minute. I lost myself. Okay, let's go. Let's get into this. Third level. We're about to hit them with a third level. Now, we've given them a lot already in the basic part of this series. And they've gotten 2 levels. And they got decks. And they've got lanterns. And they got cranes and stuff like that. In this third level, and I know you said you're going to make sure that it's centered out with the build. Is it safe? Is it going to be safe? Is it going to be safe?
It will be safe because it will be balanced.
Perfect. Again, it all goes back to balancing, guys. If you don't balance, somebody's going to get injured on the job. We don't want nobody to get injured. We don't want nobody to come visit you and then all of a sudden get hurt. They're here to play and have fun with you. We don't want them to get hurt. We want them to have fun. Once we build it and once you put it up, Extenzyy, and you balance it out, some people are going to ask, it's too tall, it's this, it's that. It's meant to be, right? I mean, this particular style of steampunk is a very vertical style. Would I be accurate in saying that?
Yes, absolutely. It's meant to be tall. It's meant to look like it's going to fall over, but when you get closer, it's not. It's very structurally sound.
Okay.
Just something that I wanted to point out as well. Normally, with these houses, when you're stacking them up like this, 3 is the highest you want to go. If you want to be an absolute maniac and go for 4, I'm not stopping you. But it gets really, really difficult after that, and it starts to look kind of awkward because the tower gets so big. Again, it's not to prevent you from doing it, but it definitely looks a lot better when it's only 1 house, 2 houses, or 3 houses stacked up on top of each other. And for the third one, we've been stressing how crucial balancing is. We talk about it every single episode because it's such a relevant concept. I wanted to point out, as you're going up, it will get harder and it will get more frustrating. But don't give up, though. It's a part of the building, really, because not only do you have to take into account of what you're putting on that specific house, you got to think about what you put down here already. It was easy in the first episode, in the second one actually, when we showed you, where to put the house extrusions and lanterns and all that kind of stuff. it's easier to do it on just the first base house because you only have to worry about what you're doing to that specific house. But as you go up, don't forget what you already built down below yourself. So don't be afraid to fly back down, and do another like 360 panoramic of the whole entire thing and figure out, well, what do I need to put where? Take into consideration what you've already built because that'll help you in the long run. You want to make sure that when you're balancing, you're keeping stuff even. And we talked about this before as well. When whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And same goes for when you're stacking another house up on top of each other. Whatever you do on the bottom level, you want to make sure that you almost mimic it on the top level. So you see how the first house we have a house extrusion, windmill, and crane, right?
Yeah, I see that.
So we've been balancing, I would say, horizontally right now. So we've been thinking about this level, we've been going to the other side horizontal, and we've been thinking about this level, balancing that, going to the opposite side. But now we got to think about balancing vertically because we're going up with it. Since we have this house extrusion right here, adds weight. We fly up to the other side. We've added a house extrusion with a deck on the other side as well.
Okay.
So balancing definitely gets more difficult when you go up, but that's something to be expected. And take it slow. Take your time. Try different things. If a house extrusion doesn't work, throw a windmill in there. Do something. It all depends on what you've done before you get to the next house, if that makes any sense. So definitely go back and do a couple of 360s around your tower or house or whatever, just to figure out what you have already. And if you like what you have, continue building and try and balance it out because it definitely looks better when you take your time and you make sure that you hit all those points on the head.
Perfect. That's such. Those are such good points because of the fact that we, like you said in the previous episodes and again now, balance is key. Balance is going to make your build, especially with this particular style, more structurally sound. As he was explaining that, and as I was panning around, you guys can see what we mean by structurally sound. It's not, you don't get the sense that it's gonna fall over. You don't get the sense that it's just gonna crumble or tumble on top of each other, on top of itself, and I kid around and say someone's gonna get hurt. Obviously, this is Minecraft, and no, it's not gonna just tumble unless you guys blow it up. But look, you as I'm panning around, you can see that it's not just gonna tumble over. And that's what you want. At the end of the day, you want to be able to have fun. When you're creating these maps that are downloadable and playable by the community, not only do you want the game to be fun, the game mode that you created or whatever that you're using to be fun, you want the builds to look good as well. Extenzyy throughout this series so far has stressed out balance, structure, that type of stuff. I've stressed out sexiness. It all works. It comes together and maps are being made when we think like that. If we're both thinking sexiness, we got a problem. That means someone's not thinking about the important part of it and the the structure and stuff like that and making fun, enjoyable maps. So if we're both thinking about if we're both thinking about structure, then you're not able to look at anything. You're just coming in and you're seeing blah. You don't want blah. Do you want blah? Come on. I don't want blah. Blah is no good. We want, ooh, wee, baby, baby. That's what we want. So, are you ready? If I'm ready, you ready, we both ready, everybody ready. Are we gonna hit him with it now?
Yes, we are.
Boom.
We're gonna take that original base house that we made in the very first episode. We're gonna plop it right on top of the rest of this.
Right on top. Now, here it goes, people. We're about to give you sexiness now.